We're going to start as we always do with our satellite imagery, and you can see this massive trough we've been talking about for days finally crashing into the west coast, bringing a lot of clouds, precipitation out here, some rain and some snow. Clouds streaming across the border in association with this little upper level disturbance in Canada, and that is moving east, bringing some light snow showers to Minnesota. And then we've got this swirl that we've been watching trek across the southern tier of the states over the last couple of days, finally moving into the southeast, bringing some shower activities, maybe some rumbles of thunder in Mississippi into northern Alabama. High clouds for everybody else, and our subtropical branch is active. You can see those clouds moving into the desert southwest. If we take a look at our radar, not a lot of activity on the radar. Scattered precipitation out west where you've got rain and snow in the higher elevations. A little heavier rain down here in Southern California. That little system up north of the border is bringing some snow to Winnipeg sneaking across the border here toward International Falls, probably picking up some snow showers there. And then down here in Mississippi, just south of the Tennessee border, showers, maybe a rumble of thunder with some of that precipitation down here. So a little rain here with potentially some hail, but no big severe weather event associated with that system today. Just some high clouds for much of the southeast. Temperature pattern warming up nicely out west. It's still chilly, especially in the higher elevations across the border. Chilly up here, and then quite cold in Maine, up in northern New England, where you're still below freezing into the teens, but that's going to change in a big way. Southwesterly winds are going to surge in over the next couple of days and bring in moderating temperatures for much of the east. It's already 40s, 50s, 60s, as what we're seeing so far through the central and southern portions of country. That's going to get really, really warm, maybe set some records as the day wears on. Now, taking a look at our Atari surface map, we see a lot of unsettled weather out west. Not everybody, of course, as we saw on the radar, is seeing rain or snow, but there is the potential for rain and snow anywhere in this blue area. Heavy snow up in the higher peaks, the Sierra Nevadas, the Cascades. You could pick up quite a bit of snow. Fire conditions exist where the wind is going to be really picking up here in the plains. Do not burn anything if you're out here. That's strongly discouraged or even prohibited. Wildfires can spread rapidly. And then in association with that little system over the southeast, we're seeing thunderstorms and showers anywhere you see in this little blue hatched area here. Now, tomorrow starts our big weather day. This map looks really, really loaded with colors, and it is. Not everybody's going to be under the gun with nonstop rain or snow, but certainly out west, you're going to see this where you're going to pick up the lion's share of snowfall. So in the higher elevations, definitely as these winds come in, you're going to see lift and precipitation out here, so snow. And then mixed precipitation across the northern plains where you can see a rain-snow mix at times. Heavy, high winds are going to result in gusts to 50s and 60s, even 70s, 80s not out of the question in spots in Texas where it's very dry. Critical fire conditions exist here. So again, keep the burning off the table for the next couple of days. But as we get into really over here into the Midwest and down toward the Gulf Coast, this is where our severe weather threat is going to pick up in earnest. Strong thunderstorms are going to form a line of convection here, race off to the east and northeast, bringing swaths of wind gusts in excess of 70 miles per hour. So a high wind event expected here. We're going to get into the details of that and talk more about what to expect and when and the timing here in just a minute. And then one more nice day along the East Coast before things change out there. Now, day 3, this is Saturday. That severe threat pushes off to the east and begins to get centered down here into Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama, where a strong tornado threat will exist. And we're going to look at that in detail, see exactly what's causing that. This big low that we've been talking about is bombing out, moving up into the lakes, bringing heavy snow and high winds on the backside, creating blizzard conditions. And you still got some unsettled weather here in the west as additional systems or weak systems are kind of moving in here. Heavy rain threat out here, and that's going to shift east over the next couple of days until we get into Monday, into Tuesday, and clear everything out. Temperatures over the next couple of days, we're looking at very warm weather in the east and central portions of the country. This afternoon, we're going to get all the way up into the 30s up in northern New England, 60s, 70s, 80s, even 90s down here into southern Texas. It's going to be very, very warm. We could set some records over the next couple of days. Chilly out west. Tomorrow, much of the same, a little cooler behind that system out west where you can see some snow and 30s and 40s for highs out there. warming up into New England, finally getting into the 40s, 70s, surging all the way up to the Canadian border almost, and potentially record setting highs up here in the Midwest, 70s, 80s, 90s across the South. And finally, on Saturday, we're looking at temperatures cooling off a little bit as this system winds up. It's going to drag cold air out of Canada behind it. So you're seeing a little bit of response to that here in the temperature profile. Very, very warm ahead of it, warm air surging in. That's going to create an unstable environment for thunderstorm development. And that is not what we want to see, but unfortunately, that's what we're probably going to see. And then this moves east. In the next couple of days, so Sunday into Monday, we're going to see the threat shift over toward the east with warm temperatures expected there. And that is your 2-minute drill.